What's up, everybody? It is the Goal 60 here for Friday, July the 27th, 2018. So, yesterday we did have three unofficial plays. We had two at the video, one at the later on in the day when the line came out, and that was with the Rays. They did go 1 and 2. The Rays were the winner yesterday, and so we do have two of those carried over today. We pick up some more unofficial plays today. Unfortunately, we don't have any official plays, but then after all of that, we get into the brand new system. So I'll go ahead and tell you I'm pretty excited about this. It has been extremely profitable and has done well so far. Now we go into the beta test phase where you guys check it, see what you think about it, see if you have any ideas for it to make it even better, and we start cashing with it. So first things first, let's go ahead and recap from yesterday the three plays that were unofficial. The first one we'll talk about is the Boston Red Sox. Yesterday they were minus 150 favorite. We did not project that it's going to be this high today, obviously, or we would not have taken this series. They did lose yesterday 2-1 to the Twins. The Twins seem to be on a tear right now after getting swept the first series off of the All-Star break. And now they look like they're taking on the Red Sox with no problem. They beat them 2-1 moving into the weekend. And with that said, the Red Sox are a minus 353 favorite. That is unreal. And so, hopefully none of you took the unofficial plays yesterday and kind of passed waiting on this. Waiting to see if there's any official plays today. But either way, if you did, you are in the second day of that minus 353. So good luck there. The other is with the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates did lose yesterday 12-6 to the Mets, but today they go off as a 161 favorite. So not near as high there, and so hopefully they can get it done as well. The one win we did have was with the Rays, and that line did come out a little bit later in the day, and it was minus 127. So the Rays did win 4-3 over the Orioles to get an A-bet winner for us, and that takes care of everything that happened yesterday. Now we'll quickly go over everything for today, and that way I've got plenty of time to talk about all the new parameters and how this thing works into that new system. Alright, so today there were 7 new 3-game series that were starting up. One of them had potential to be a revenge play, and that was with the Detroit Tigers at home against the Indians. So the Tigers were at .463 and the Indians are at .499. So obviously the Tigers did not reach the RPI parameter that we need in as far as 15 points below or any amount above. So therefore they're not unofficial or anything. They are completely off the board. Now next up we had Toronto and the Chicago White Sox, and this actually was the best shot we had at being a official play. But as you know from this previous week, we've kind of shunned the Blue Jays, and therefore, if you take these, I don't blame you. I'm just not taking them here because they have been nothing but bad luck for us. So the Blue Jays have been at .492, taking on the bottom three White Sox at .450. You look at the price, and the price is really good. It's minus 146 on the Blue Jays. Like I said, this would be official if the Blue Jays didn't completely suck. So therefore, passing on that series, I just want to give it out in case you have not completely shunned the Blue Jays yet. Next, we do have a bunch of unofficial plays. First off, Texas at .483 taking on the Astros at .538. Obviously, you look at the Astros here, and the reason they are unofficial is the price, and it's minus 266. Next up, Seattle at the Angels. Seattle's at .525, while the Angels are at .507. You look at the Seattle Mariners, they're the underdog here, so the run line is minus 170. That one I was hoping would come down to us. It was around minus 163 last night, but it actually went up and not back down. Oakland at .522 against Colorado Rockies at .513. This situation has Oakland as the run line underdog as well, and the price is minus 180, or 181, right around that range. So that also is unofficial due to price. That one was never really as close as what the Mariners one was. After that, we have the Diamondbacks and San Diego. The Diamondbacks are at .518, while San Diego's at .482. You look at the Diamondbacks here, and they are minus 175, so that makes them unofficial. And last, we have the Cubs against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cubs are at .522, while the Cardinals are at .499. You look at the Cubs, and they are the underdog here, so you look at the run line, and it is minus 201. This is almost a coin flip game as far as the money line goes, so therefore that run line is jacked up. It's way up high, and therefore we're going to have to pass. So that makes everything unofficial and not official. So again, today we've got Houston, Seattle, Oakland, Arizona, and the Cubs are all the unofficial plays picked up today. Now we'll get into all this new stuff, go over the parameters, tell you everything about it that I know, and see what you think about it and see if you want to go forward with it. Alright everybody, I am extremely excited about this new system, and there's multiple reasons. One is because it's brand new, and anything brand new everybody generally gets excited about, right? And that's with everything in life. Next is that it's because of our community is who came up with this. You know, somebody who found the channel, subscribed, started following on Twitter, and immediately started looking into ways to make things better. So I was excited about that. That's probably the main part where I'm excited. Then finally, not only is it new, not only is it created by somebody that's with us and moving forward with this thing, but it works. So therefore, or it has at least testing it. Now with everything, I promise you I've done this long enough. I haven't done it forever, but I've done this long enough to know that when you're doing stuff on paper, it'll look wonderful. You start putting it into action, and for whatever reason, the universe is like, hold up, slow down. So therefore, that's why we're putting this out as a beta. This is a chance, and I don't know, this may take one series. It may be this weekend and we're ready to go completely, or it may take the rest of the season. I don't know. But either way, we're putting it out there. David has took all kinds of time, weeks on weeks of putting this data together and running scenarios and trying to come up with parameters and just testing and testing and testing, and finally has it to where he wants it at this point, where the most we could ask from it, really. I mean, this thing has just been lights out the last three series. Now, the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to treat it just like our other systems. We're actually eliminating all 2-game series because there's just not enough games there for somebody to chase. And I know that may sound stupid, a 2-game to 3-game, there's a big difference. If you look over history, you know, it's not as big of a deal for somebody to sweep a 2-game series as it is for somebody to sweep a 3-game or a 4-game series. It's just not. The percentages are astronomical. With that said, 2-game series are eliminated, just like our other systems. We're also going to hold off on 4-game series right now. They're not completely eliminated at this point, but we're going to do that testing ourselves. The 3-game series, which will go hand in hand with the 4-game series, so we are going to bring out the 3-game series just so everybody's not overwhelmed. So we're not overwhelmed, that kind of stuff, and it keeps everything simple. That way, everything, all 3 of these systems that I'll be using are all based on 3-game series. Well, the Revenge system can go 4 games, but you know what I'm talking about. Overall, generally, it's 3-game series. With that said, let's talk about how it got here. So, David is somebody who followed me and has honestly been a tremendous help, and we've talked back and forth about how to do this, and he wants to push it out there just as bad as I do for everybody to see it. So he's actually told me to give out his Twitter handle, and if you have any real questions, you can come to me or him. I can try to answer them the best I can. He can answer them completely because this is his baby. And that is DSMJR9. And I'll put that on the screen and everything so everybody can see it. But like I said, if you have any questions, hit him up. He's going to answer them. He's been great about any kind of questions on this at all. He loves to answer them, and we're going to try to find ways as much as possible to make this thing even better. So the next parameter is to look at, okay, so this is for over-unders. This is totals, whatever you call them. It is the total runs scored for the game. If you look through a team's history of this season, every game they'll have an over-under or total, whatever you want to call it, and you take that total. So for instance, let's say a game is a total of 8. And the actual score was 6-4, so that's 10. So therefore, both of those teams get a +2 in their differential. See what I'm saying there? The 10 runs scored minus the actual total gives you a differential. Now, obviously, if it goes under, you'd have a negative number. You know, if they had only scored 6 runs and the total was 8, it's a -2 for both teams. Once you have those, you put them into your data and you actually compile that and you average it. So a team may be, for instance, 0.3. The team they're taking on in this new series starting up may be 0.5. You add those together and it's 0.8. That brings me to the next parameter, and that is the 0.8 becomes anything 0.7 and above, we're chasing the over. Anything at 0.6 and below, we're chasing the under. Okay? So with that said, let's go through the games and tell you which way we're going. And that way you can kind of play it back. You know, I'm trying to get as much information in there as possible, but also go slow so that it's not overwhelming or hard to keep up with. And that's pretty much it. It's simple math. It's quick, easy, small parameters, and you move forward. There is a little bit of data collection there, but of course we're going to do that. If you don't feel like punching numbers, we're going to handle that ourselves. So the first game is at Toronto and Chicago White Sox. Toronto is at 0.7. While the White Sox are at 0.4, that gives us a 1.1. We're also going to chase the over, and currently the over-under for today is 9 at -101. So we're getting the best of it as far as the price, but it is a high total, 9. So Toronto, White Sox over 9. Cleveland, Detroit. Cleveland is at 1.0. Detroit is at -0.2. That gives us a 0.8. We're still taking the over 8.5 at -101 on that one as well. The next one is Texas and Houston. Texas is at 0.5. Houston is 0.0. That's a total of 0.5. So also we take the under 9 at -125. Seattle and the Angels. Seattle is at 0.0, while the Angels are also at 0.0. So that's 0.0. We're taking the under 8.5 at -115. Oakland and Colorado. Oakland is at 0.5. Colorado is at 0.3. That gives us 0.8. So we will take the over, even though the total of this thing is 11.5. Over 11.5 at -101. Arizona and San Diego. Arizona is at 0.2. San Diego is at 0.4. Therefore, 0.6, we're going under. So under 7.5 at -101. Chicago and St. Louis. Chicago is at 0.6. St. Louis is at 0.4. That gives us 1.0. So we'll be going over 8.5 at -118. So as you can see, I've got to close this up real quick, and I'll get into it more as we go on. But that gives you the basis of the system. That gives you the plays for today. And if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to contact me. Contact David as it's his system, and let's get this thing going. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow.
60% of the time, it works every time.